Ray Reynolds here with guess what? RaisCredit.com. Today, write down today's date, please. The ultimate goal is let me see what I can do to get you to $1 million dream. And by the way, I'll even guarantee it. How's that? So let's make sure we have a pen, a paper, we write things down, and we follow through. So what I want you to do is don't take pictures, okay? It's the biggest thing I watch people do is they take pictures, they make their camera smarter than them. It's like, are you kidding me? You got to get it in here. It's got to get in here. So today, simple. The information I'm going to talk about is protected anyway. But the main thing is to change your life as much as I can and use the tools that God gave me that help me get through from living what I call getting out of hell to get to the million to the billion. So as we do this, let's keep in mind a couple of things. Number one, all right, we're going to be building your future. Some of you are stuck, maybe all of you, but we can get through this. So the ultimate goal is pretty simple. All right, I need you to write down, plan on the problems. Here's the problem that everybody does, and it's like every time something goes wrong, they kind of give up. Me, I look at things differently. I want you to plan on the problems. That's right. I want you to plan on something to go wrong today, flat out. Flat tire, doesn't matter. Stub your toe. The bank says no, doesn't matter. What I want you to do right now is I want you to write down safety credit. I want you to write it down. I want you to write down line of defense. I knew something and I learned something a long time ago. Safety credit basically helps me every time I need money. The line of defense, because something always goes wrong, no matter what I do. Now, I've been doing basically lectures and seminars, workshops, and boot camps for 43 years. I broadcast twice a day, Monday through Friday, and all day Saturday. And I do, like I said, seminars, workshops, boot camps, and having fun with people. I haven't had a paycheck for decades. Honestly, I haven't. My goal and my journey and my vision is to change the world as much as I can before I die. That's what I like to do. So the bottom line is I want you to think about today writing some rules and tools down, but I'd like you to get to my workshops with me. I'd like to hold your hand for at least 90 days. If you allow me to do what I do, I'll hand you the fish, and then I'll teach you how to fish. In other words, I'll hand it to you with no hesitation. A lot of you, you've got stuck because you basically spent money on all kinds of crazy stuff for motivation and stuff. The bottom line is, let's take you on a little journey. My journey, and my journey will be with you. You see, as a kid, I got dropped off at Redondo Beach Pier every morning at 6:30, the age of 3 years old to 9.5. And I call it getting out of hell. The bottom line is I want to get you past go. So today, I'll show you a bunch of goodies. All right, a little bit of what I obtained over the years through my journey, from anywhere from the Lamborghinis to the Ferraris to the race boats to the yachts, breaking world records as well, helicopters, mansions. You see, you got a choice, and here's the thing. All right, you got the idea, and you got a dream, you got a vision. Everybody wants to go get it, but the reality is, who's going to give us the tools? Who's going to give us the instruction manual? So understand today, I'd like you to write down and raise rules. I'd like to literally hand you the ability to do this and make sure you don't have a hesitation and you follow through. Safety. Today, the world's changing. So we got to stay safe. We got to stay strong. Remember, today, we've got to do everything we can to do our best. And at the end of the day, Jesus does the rest. Amen to that. So let's understand something, okay? And I want you to be honest with yourself today, okay? You're there by yourself or someone around you, that's fine, okay? Every time you lose a job, you have an emergency. You need some money, you need it now, all right? And what happens is pretty simple, okay? You run out of time. You run out of money, all right? You jack up your credit. You bring the pain home in 42 days. And that happens to everybody, and that's not fair. We've got the ability to gain time, focus, and go get it. Here's what I'm going to do. The first thing, we're going to find the time you've been missing. That's right. From now on, starting tomorrow morning, you're up at 4:30 in the morning. I don't know why you're sleeping in anyway. So if you're up basically, or you're up after 4:30, you slept in. You see, if you want it bad enough, you can see it, believe it, go get it. So now that we found the time, and maybe for a couple days you might be dragging your feet, that's okay. We'll get you there. All right, one of the things about me is you're going to have to get to know me. Okay, one of the things what I do in the seminars, workshops, boot camps, you're stuck with me. I'm the only one that'll ever be talking to you in the classes. I don't pass the buck. You know, we got to realize a couple things. Some of you, you got some bad credit, you got some messes, and you're kind of confused because you think there's a magic wand. There isn't, by the way. So if you write down the Credit Services Act, all right, right now, later today, you'll Google it. It'll take you to the Federal Trade Commission. The Federal Trade Commission will tell you flat out that credit repair companies just lie to the credit bureaus trying to trick them, and they're not even allowed to collect money up front. But you got 10,000 companies doing that every day. Years ago, I was training Ken Yarborough, Security Chief at TRW in Asperian. So you might want to listen to me just a little bit. You see, even under the Credit Repair Organization Act, it says attorneys can't do credit repair. So what are you really supposed to do? I'll tell you what, give me 90 days, you and I build a relationship, and I'll help you get your dreams, and I'll even guarantee it. I'll hand you the fish, and I'll teach you how to fish, and that's pretty simple for me. See, I brought in 100,000 as a kid, then 1 million, and double billion by the time I was 26 under corporate structure. You might just want to listen to me just a little bit. So guess what? I'd like to hold your hand at every seminar, every workshop, all right, and have some fun and get you where you need to go. So let's understand, you're stuck with me, like it or not, all right, but I need you to start writing some things down like this phone number. See, this will take you off the national mailing list. And that's what you got to do. You got to start defending yourself on all kinds of things. So if you want off the national mailing list, write down the phone number. It's 888-568-8688. Opt out for 5 years, please. That's what I'd like you to do, if you would, please. So let's understand, we got the ability to get what we want, but here's the problem. Everybody gets problems and something gets in our way or gets all messed up or screwed up. What I'd like you to allow me to do, if you would, for 90 days, I'd like to rebuild your life. That's right. The house, the car, the bank, all the goodies. I want to do all the work for you, hand you the fish, teach you the fish. All right, and have some fun. That's why I want to get you to the workshops. Today, I'll give you a lot of the rules as well. It's up to you. See, credit to me saved my life as a kid. When I had to steal and beg off the pier, I felt bad. I looked around and I saw Moreno del Rey, Torrance Rocks, Palos Verdes. I saw all the money. All right, the bottom line is I wanted mine too. And in 2009, I found myself in a coma. And my life got shooken up a little bit at the time, but the difference is I didn't give up. I've always had my faith and my persistence. So let's understand something. You've always heard money for a rainy day. I'm sorry to say. Money is not for a rainy day. It doesn't happen. In my life, it pours. I don't know about you. You see, that's where safety credit comes in place. You got the ability to listen, learn, and let's go get it, please. You see, we got some things we need to do today, and the main thing is to write down some rules. See, every time you need $5,000, you ask your family, you ask your friends, you ask the bank, and they say no. I want you to remember something today. $5,000 credit card, if you had it for safety, it's only $50 a month. So I'm going to show you what safety credit means in a line of defense. So you can actually go get it. It's going to be up to you to follow through too. So what do we get to do? It's pretty simple. Every one of you, and they say this, and don't take offense if it's not true, that you waste $135 a week. And if that's true, and you they say waste and piss it away, that's over $600 a month. You see, there's 4.3 weeks in a month. You know, I want you to think about that safety credit one more time. If I hand you a $50,000 credit card, and you had to max it out to buy time, guess what? The payment is $612.26. So what happens is, for what you're wasting away today, you could have actually bought a pizza. Pizza started a business. Do yourself a favor. Stop wasting money. You got some choices today. You see, I'm the real deal, and I'm going to help you get exactly where you want to go. I'm not going to have any hesitation. I want you to plan on the problems. I want you to realize something's always going to go wrong. It doesn't matter what a day you have. The reality is we're going to get through it. Safety credit, the line of defense. You have the ability so much that God has given us to see it, believe it, go get it. You have no idea. So let's show you what we need to do in the rules today. Let's have some fun. First, I need you to write down SSN. Can you do that, please? See, every one of us as a teenager, all right, we were told to go get an SSN to get our first job. So we did that. So we were like a bunch of sheep. Then all of a sudden, something goes wrong, and now we're the duck. So what I want you to think about is this. You have only one of these. All you get is one. I'd like you to write down Ray's rules, please. I want you to understand, I wrote down rules, tools, and the way it works every time. If I hand you $100,000 of credit, I would tell you flat out, use it for safety, only for the family. You can't write off credit cards or interest rate at all, so you don't want to steal money from the family or credit and go start a business, because that's called silly and dumb. What I tell you flat out is don't ever use past 29%. See, here's the thing that's confusing. All right, for over 43 years, I've watched all these experts that are opinions and all the blah, blah, blah. The credit bureaus say 44%. It's wrong. Credit Karma is 33%. The bottom line, they have no phone number to help you because they don't want to talk to you. Every time you clickety-clack, they get $25. That's how it works. So you've got to understand something today. It's 29%. All right, that would give you flat out $71,000 of safety credit. I don't know about you, but being a point of you backed yourself in a corner, can't feed your family, or the bills are piling up, that kind of sucks. So if you had safety credit of $71,000, you can buy time in case there's a pandemic, in case there's COVID-19, or like I was through, or COVID-19 now. You see, I watch people for 43 years and I feel their pain. All right, they steal money from the family and the credit, and they start a business. I don't want you to ever hurt your family again. I'm going to give you the rules and the tools that you've been looking for all your life. I don't want you bringing the pain home. That's my goal. I want to change the world. A lot of people talk about the 1%ers. I believe if I could give all the rules and tools to everyone out there, we could change it to 99%ers instead. You see, I was in a coma at 5.5 and in 2009. That kind of sucks. So there's me in the coma. I had swine flu and pneumonia. They call it pandemic 9. They call it basically COVID-9, whatever you want to call it, didn't matter. The reality is this. There's the yacht, there's the race boat. See, here's the thing. I was the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles for 32 years. Having fun helping people. The bottom line is I'm probably one of the most verified people you can find. I got no BS. The reality is I parked my race boat and my yacht in my backyard. And that's what I did. July 5th, I'm in a coma because on July 4th, we took people to watch the fireworks on the yacht. So it kind of sucks. But here's the thing about me. All right, you see, I didn't basically come out of the coma whining. I knew I had to go back to work. You see, my family has to eat and I got to pay the bills. So walking around with an oxygen tank for about 5 weeks or so, I still put my credit score to an 820 and I built another $1 million of credit. I've been good at this. I started my first credit file under the corporation. By the way, I was 9.5. If you look it up in California, it's called Helping Hand Industries. It was started by a 9.5-year-old kid. It went nationwide. I'm the kid that grew up. So you got some choices today. See, I'm going to tell you to wear a mask. Because if I knew I should have to wear a bubble the night before, believe me, I would have. But I got through this. We can get through what's going on in the world today as long as what we do what's right. But it's going to be up to you. See, today, you don't have a chance, all right? You get no do-over. Your choice is to live or to die. That's all you get. Me, I'm going to wear a mask every time. I'm praying for another 50 years. I got to watch my children grow up some more. I love my kids. It's great. So wear a mask. Save your family. I know some of you think it's blah, blah, blah. You might not get sick, but you're going to go home to grandma, grandpa, mommy, and daddy, and they're going to die. All right? I hope not. Wear a mask. You might save somebody's life. It might not even be yours, but it's up to you. See, I have a problem. I've never been comfortable a day in my life. Never. Never have I ever been comfortable. Ever. Okay? It's like no matter if I got millions and billions, it's like so many people just gave me shit all the time. So the bottom line is I need you to understand something. This morning when I woke up at 2:25, I dropped to my knees. I look around and I say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. I have done the raised mirror test since I was 2.5 years old, because I wanted at the time to get out of hell, but the reality is I want you to do me a favor. I want you to brush your teeth, comb your hair. No, I want you to focus. Today, when nobody's around, find a mirror and stare at yourself for 2 minutes. Just try it once, please. See, I want you to take and stop time, and I want you to realize, put yourself in check. I use my past as a reference to motivate me or get pissed off, because I go get it. I don't have anything in my way. So what I need you to do is stop time, look at yourself, and ask yourself, all right, to do a couple things. Number one, ask yourself a question: have I completed everything I need to? Is there more to be done? What I watch people do is they got an idea or a dream, and you go to your friends and your family, you ask them a question, you ask them to endorse what you're trying to do, and they kind of put it down. And most people go back to the job they hate and kind of give up. What I'd like you to do is let me hold your hand, and I need you to do me a big favor, and probably for yourself too. For 90 days, shh, please don't tell me about what you're going to do. See, for 90 days, I want to change your life. At the end of the day, when it happens, they're all going to say, how'd you do it? All I want you to say is racecredit.com. I want to change your life. See, we're going to chase the money. We're going to chase the dream. I love money. I get to pay my bills. I don't have to eat out of a trash can. I get to help people like you. And that's half my fun. So today, please, all right, follow through. You see, we got a problem. We're all getting older, slower. We're not as pretty as we used to be. We're going to go back to the job we hate probably. Guess what? Eventually they're going to fire you, and you're going to drive an Uber delivering some pizza. All right, is that true, your American dream? Well, that'll be up to you. So what I want you to think about is this. When I was 7.5 years old, and I had to stay at the Hope family, Mrs. Hope was the she-devil from hell that dropped me off in the morning, all right, at 6:30. You know what? I listened to a poker game, and they're all talking blah, 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 and it's great. But I heard something. I heard it basically my way out if I could figure it out. See, what I heard that day and that night was a corporation's a legal person. I'm basically 7.5 years old. I want to figure out some things because I got to get out of hell. I'm always writing my little notes. I thought I was weird then and probably still weird today. But you know what I did? I went to the library the next day, all right, next to the Torrance Police Department. And I asked the lady, how do I look this up? And she said, nice enough. She says, okay, here's a microfiche, here's a book. I read a book. Okay, and it told me that a corporation is a legal person under the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. That's all it told me. See, I was looking for a blueprint, a map, a book, instructions, a manual. It didn't exist. And that's the problem that really upset me. It kind of pissed me off, to be honest with you. So I read book after book after book. And what I found out to this day, there's no book showing you step by step what needs to be done besides the one I've written so far. Literally. Okay, I know you're looking at motivation, you know, all the secrets and all the crap that's out there, and they're great stories. But, you know, at the end of the day, my family needs to eat. I just need to know the rules. And I'll follow along. So I wrote the books and the blueprints for you. So I hope you listen, you learn today. I hope you'll take the steps, write them down, and understand what we get to do. All right? So the bottom line is pretty simple. All right? This is basically read and the directions. I like step by step, okay? I love to do something new, but when I do something new, I feel kind of dumb. So I got to master it. For me, I got to try to be smarter than anybody. That's just the way I do things. So step by step. And I was kind of lucky. God gave me an IQ off the chart with total recall in most things. So I look at step by step from one to go and one to goals, putting my life together. So here, instruction manual. I just wanted to know what to do. This is what I got for you today. I had to always, first of all, the Bible has to be first for me. The next thing is the books that I wrote. Now, this is kind of weird for me, all right, and it's really kind of strange too. I wrote this book 43 years ago. One of the things that I didn't want to be is stressed out like some of you. See, I watched the grown-ups back then, and they're all stressed out on the 1st and the 15th. And I didn't want to do that. There's one thing about me I know. If I play a game, I try to win. All right, you're probably the same way. I don't know. But you know what? I wrote it called Winning the Game of Business 43 years ago. I know if I turned it to a game, I would play the game and I would win. And that was the ultimate goal for me. So that's why I want to give you some tools and rules today and get you to the workshop. See here, this is basically, I've written hundreds of books. I had a radio show, TV show, I've done all kinds of stuff. I was also the incorporated for Rich and Famous for many years. So here's basically, all right, the Millionaire's Founders Kit. And what it does is pretty well give you 12 books and CDs. So if you don't want to play with me personally, you get the rules and the tools in the books. It's exactly what I was looking for as a kid, and it didn't exist until I wrote it myself. So this is the first 1,000 rules, if that's all you want. Now, this is real estate. Now, for me, I had $841 million real estate under a corporate structure. And that was nice. I was trying to hit $1 billion that year, but I found myself in a coma. So one of the things that I did, because I like having 50,000, 50 million, 100 million of real estate and fun, I created something called Homestead Blocker. Write it down, please. UCC One Chattel Mortgage. You have so many things you can do in real estate if you want to play the game. But again, write down Homestead Blocker, please. I want you to understand, Ray's rules give you the steps. And all you got to do is follow through. I love that because it makes sense to me. UCC One with a chattel mortgage. Write that down, please. You can basically make sure no one can, screw you out of money when you're helping them loan money or doing real estate and everything else. I'll show you some ways today. It's kind of fun. But don't don't ever forget, it's called Ray's Rules. Now, I was a consultant for many banks for many years, and that was fun too. So I wrote a book, How to Become the Bank. Buckets of money. I love buckets of money. Tax balancing. See, we got to play the game and do it right. So here's the thing that happened. We closed down the last warehouse about 16 weeks ago. COVID-19 wiped it out. 80% of their employees went home. They had 10%, 20% wanted a job still. They wanted to do something. I gave them some space in an office I had. So these are the books that I actually created to get that first $10 million. So it's a Millionaire's Founders Kit. It's 18 books, 18 CDs. There's the 12 books and CDs. And then what I want to do is the real estate and CDs as well, and the financial series. Now, they usually charge $3,000 for all sets, by the way, because it literally is guaranteed to work. From there today, you can get it for $9.99. It's up to you. If you want the rules and the tools that literally got me to my first $10 million of a corporate dream, it's in there. All you got to do is follow through. So there's the Zelle, there's the wire, there's the deposit. Take a picture of this page, please. Everything that I touch is always expedited because I'm a very impatient person, and I want it done now. So if you Zelle, wire, deposit today, they'll ship it right away. It's up to you. All I'm ever going to ask you in the beginning when I meet you, as we build this relationship and the dreams, is give me 90 days. That's all I need. In 90 days, I'll guarantee you, you will be on your way to the $1 million dream, and I'll guarantee it. You see, that's all I need you to do, and the bottom line is we'll have fun. See, here's the thing you got to remember. I want to rebuild your credit, but I want to make you a qualified CFO. I want to do a rapid refresh, give you a credit line, corporation, articles, books, CDs. I want you to have classes. I want you stuck with me. I don't want to pass the buck. All right, I've got 16 plus million clients, and it's fun. Now, I want you to write down 25 to 29% on a given credit card. You got to keep it in that, because if you're not, and if you jack it up, you drop your score. Sorry to say, that's on you. I don't want you to screw this up ever again. You got a choice. When it comes to making money, I'll give you 4 points I can teach every one of you, or hold your hand and do it for you, to make you a millionaire to the corporation, if you like to get to billionaire too. First thing we got to focus is real estate. I can help you make millions of dollars, but there's two things in real estate. First, we have to fix it up. I call it a flippity-dippity-do, or we invest. That's pretty simple. From there, corporation and franchise. Today, we have to get a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, or a Wendy's when they got the beef. You see, they get to stay open through COVID-19. We might even think about profit sharing as well. One of the things we've got to do is about leveraging money. I'm sorry to say, don't ever take it personally, but every one of you've had $10,000, $100,000 before, and I'm sorry to say you pissed it away. Some of you are broke today. All you had to do is learn how to leverage money and credit. There's 84 ways to do that. So let's understand, there's 84 ways. I'll teach you a couple of those. We can turn this into $1 million to $1 billion. By the way, I invented all 84 ways. God gave it to me to give it to you if you'll pay attention. It'll be up to you. Now let's look at this. This is a Lamborghini, my favorite car. Pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. What does that mean for you? You see, everywhere you look, you see rich and famous people, do you not? By the way, they drive company cars and they write it all off, but you don't. See, what happens with you, you get a paycheck and it's taxed. You get the leftover, then you're trying to make your life work and pay your bills, and you're paying for a car you should not, and then you take money from the family and credit, and you roll the dice. And I'm sorry, it always brings the pain home. Today I want you to learn something. I want you to write it down. You got a choice, and tell me, please, what company car you want. See, if I get you a corporate car, it'll be under a tax ID and fleet price, and you're going to be able to write it off. That's what the workshops are for. They teach you how to play the game. Right now, you're probably using your paycheck, all right, to pay the payment, the gas, registration, insurance. Can you please write down the word no from now on? The answer is no. You're going to drive a corporate car. You're going to learn everything you needed to learn a long time ago that nobody taught you because they didn't really know themselves. So you got a choice. That's why I do workshops for the last 43 years. So let's understand something today. Let's write down cash flow, free up your time. You see, I know we all watch YouTube, and that's great, and Facebook. I love all that stuff. I listen to their stories and how they made it, that 1%ers and stuff. The one that bothered me the other day, and really bothered me, says, I found a loophole in the stock market. Give me a break. Okay, are you a genius? You know, my thing in the back of my mind is, do you have $1 million to $1 billion? All right, until you have that, shut up. But that's just me. Then the other guy, here's $100,000. Excuse me. $100,000 fits in my jacket pocket. I put it there many times before. We all need cash flow to free up our time. We don't need BS today. We got a choice, but it'll be up to you. See, I started the Reynolds University, decades ago. And I wanted to change the world, but in 2009, my world got changed. Found myself in a coma. There's a phone number. I'd like you to write it down today. It's 877-519-7509. Just in case you want to build a relationship with me, because I like to do that for you. Raise rules. We're definitely a profit company. All right, we go after the money first. So I want you to write down, never bring the pain home. See, that's all I saw as a kid. Moving 24 times the time I was 11 and a half. That sucked. I don't want you to bring the pain home. I want to give you some rules and tools. I want to make sure you understand. All right, you don't have to bring the pain ever again. There's a science behind all this madness. There really is. So what I need you to do right now is to go get your Social Security number, your card. Come on, ladies, it's in your purse next to your feet. Gentlemen, it's in your wallet in your back pocket. Pull it out. See, here's the problem with all people. Sorry, I just don't want you to feel like I pick on you. You think you know everything and you're an expert at what you do. But I'm an expert in this. On this planet, I'm the only one that knows how to do this. Okay? God gave me the tools to give to you. I'll take on anybody in an open forum anytime. Okay? You're an expert in what you do. I'm an expert in this. If you read the card front and back, it would tell you flat out. Do not use it for ID purposes. Do not laminate. It's not even yours. It tells you in the back of the card. So the problem of most people, they don't read things. All right? They just sign their life away. So let's understand something today. You got one of these. You got one chance not to mess up. That's all you got. And I'm sorry to say all of you have messed up before. Some of you probably will be messed up today. The Federal Trade says 98% are screwed up today. Maybe you. Don't know. I can rebuild anyone. It's not a problem for me. See, if you're watching me right now on Google, Facebook, YouTube, that's great. But you're not getting the PowerPoint in front of me. That PowerPoint you're missing, go to raiswebinar.com. Get the full overview. See, we got the tools and the rules to get through this if we listen. Now, I need you to do something. Can you do this, please? Write down SS4 times 4. Come on, write it down. I'm going to give you rules today in tools, but I want you to write it down. See, we've all looked at a credit application. It says SSN, SS4. You tried the SS4, it didn't work. Here's the problem we have. They say that 96% of all brand new corporations don't do a darn thing because they don't know what's next. It could be you. Now, here's the thing. These are the rules and tools. Don't ever get a corporation and name it after you. That's called dumb. Don't ever name it for what it does. That's double dum-dum. Now, write down line of defense. I want to make sure you protect yourself every time. I want you to have a division for real estate, franchise, current business. See, my system that I developed over the last 43 years allows me to build you up to $100,000 to $1 million per tax ID. I don't know if you want $1 million to $4 million. Let me know. Now, let's understand something. I already said this before. I like to hand you up to $100,000 of personal credit. That's for safety. That's for that rainy day, blah, blah, blah. Because remember, you can't write off personal credit cards or interest rate at all. So what we got to do is understand something. We don't want to bring the pain home, and you got to fight for that. Raise rules. You got a choice, SSN, SS4. Who wants to be duck? Is it you? You want to be the duck some more? You got the choice. Everyone has the freedom and the ability to play the game. I mean, let's understand something before. Mr. Trump bankrupt 4 corporations. He didn't bring the pain home. Rich and famous people file bankruptcy every day and say rich and famous all the way. We watch cities file bankruptcy too in their corporations. We watch Wells Fargo Bank. All right, I call them crooks. Could be a couple of you. You stole identity. You got a commission check you made up. You see, the thing that bothers me, they stole mine twice. Okay, that really pissed me off. I call that RICO, racketeering wire fraud. But you know what they did? They got fined $3 billion. They wrote it off. Wow, big deal. If you look online, they shut down 450 locations. They didn't bring the pain home like you and me. I don't bring the pain home. I don't want you to do it either. I want you to learn the rules and the tools. Now let's look at this here. Here's the previous president and vice president. Look at the hug and the love they're giving each other. They're just great. See, here's the thing you got to remember. When Nixon took the gold standard out, he gave them the key to the printing press. That means they can print more 24/7. You think they ever had to steal or beg off a pier? You think they ever bring the pain home? Are you kidding me? They got the ability to never be broke ever again in their life. You and me, we got to fight for it. So here's the thing I want you to remember. When you were a teenager, you got an SSN, Social Security number. There's the application. You did it because you were told to go get a job. No problem. Here's the problem with this. See, the moment that basically Nixon took the gold standard out, now when mama delivers a baby at the hospital, within 3 hours or less, she's got to sign the SSN form. So here's mama, just got done going, hee, hoo, 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 delivered a baby. Here's a form, please. Sign this real quick. They're still printing some money in the back room. That's what it is. So understand something. Mama can't take baby in the stroller. Car seat can't go home till mama signs the SSN form. Nothing wrong with this. I love the United States of America Incorporated. I just mastered the rules and the tools by the time I was 9 and a half. I had to get out of hell. You got one of these, SSN. You got one chance not to mess up. SS4 times what again? 4. Corporation has a tax ID. You set up the line of defense. Something goes wrong, we get rid of a piece. We keep the other pieces. We don't bring the pain where? Home ever again. I got to make sure I work with you for 90 days or more. But it'll be up to you. See, you got some choices. I want you to plan on the problems. Something's always going to go wrong, because you know that. Safety, credit, line of defense. We can see it, believe it, go get it. Every time. You don't have to bring the pain home anymore. All you needed is knows the rules and the tools. See, I don't want you to be the duck. Okay? So never be the duck. Let's write down SSN equals safety credit for the family. That's in case we need money for that rainy day, blah, blah, blah. corporation, I want it to get credit, but I don't want it to do business. Listen carefully. If it does business and they sue, they can screw it up and you have to start over again. And we're not getting any younger, are we? So the corporation gets credit, all right, and then it maintains the divisions. The divisions are the line of defense. Understand this. You have the ability to listen, learn, and I can teach you the steps every way, but it'll up to you. So here, let's write down, all right, credit cards start credit scores. Credit scores give us more, like house and a car. A house and a car do nothing for us. They look pretty unless you screw them up. So what's the rule? Don't screw them up. That's all you got to do. Now let's remember something today. Okay, raise rules. Don't you ever jack up a car past 29%. You jack it up, your score drops. Flat out. That's how it does. That's how it works. You've got to maintain 25 to 29% at all given times to maintain score and build more. You have no choice. That's just how it goes, and that's how it works. That's why I got to get you to the workshop with me. So the bottom line is this. I want to rebuild your credit. I want to make you a qualified CFO. I want to get you up to that 720. I want to charge you $499. That's it. I'd like to do a rapid refresh for you too. System that God gave me to give you. It'll bring your score up to about 820 and more. I'll charge you $499 for that as well. Together, as we know, that will be $998. One of the things about me is every time I do something for you and you get involved in anything that we do together, and this is together, you're stuck with me. You've always wanted one person to hold your hand. That's some organization crap. You got me. I always want to give you twice as much you invest in your whatever you do. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to give it away during the webinar or for 30 minutes. After that, then it goes back to the $998. So if you write down $499, I'm going to give you twice of your investment back in cash credit for you. That's right. So for $499, you're going to get a great credit score. You're going to get a $1,000 credit card. All right, and the program is designed to get you one of these. All right, kind of fun. And you could be next if you want to be, but it's up to you. All right, the program is going to be expedited. I'm impatient. So what happens with me, I want it done in 90 days or less. You got 877-519-7509. Now you're stuck with me. You can call them up right away and get started. There's the Zelle, the wire deposit. Take a picture again. Any program you want to get, you're stuck with me. And I wanted basically Zelle, wire deposit, and we're going to expedite everything for you as fast as we can. Because I know you're impatient too, and you want everything done. Unfortunately, most people, not all of you, you've wasted money. You've literally, wasted or pissed away thousands of dollars. Every program you've ever got into, all right, did it ever follow through 100%? It didn't. Raise rules, believe me. I'll overdo it for you every time. Now, here's what happens. Saturdays, I do a status update. Remember what I said earlier, I broadcast twice a day, Monday through Friday. Saturday, I got classes. This Saturday, I got 9 classes. I'm going to do it starting at 7 a.m. in the morning. And this is what I've been doing for 43 years. At 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, I give status updates. If you're in the rotation, that means I don't call out your name. I use your case number. And I do 98% of all the work for you. All I'm going to do is maybe ask you to do 1 or 2 things. If you could follow through, believe me, I can change your life. You just got to follow through on 1 or 2 things at the most. See, here's a client. He upset me that day. I kind of got crazy. I said, what the blank are you doing? You jacked up your credit cards. You dropped your score 33 more points. You even crashed a rapid rescore. I thought you really wanted to do this. If you do, get your butt back to the workshops. Get it back to 29%. What I told him is flat out, and these are raised rules. I said take $726 and pay down the cards to 29%. He finally followed through this time. I did a rapid refresh. I popped him $120,000, actually $121,000 of credit that day. See, you got the choices. It's kind of like if you want to make some money, all you got to do is get people to the webinar with me. If they sell in for anything, you get up to 20% on a given day. You can make 1,000 plus a day if you want to. See, we got to look at something I've been doing all my life. Ever since I was a little boy, I've been studying rich and famous people. All right, let's, for instance, they called them the loophole king. This is Mickey Mouse. So what did they do in the past, Mickey? They filed bankruptcy 7 times. They didn't bring the pain home. Now, look at what they did recently. They got $1 billion in the bank. They didn't want to pay tax. So all they had to do is write an IOU to themselves. You see, they know how to play the game. Do you understand this? You don't have to complain about rich and famous people. And when you say they don't pay enough tax, all you have to do is learn the rules and the tools, and you can do the same thing that they do. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that at all. See, corporations only pay tax when they make a profit. That's why I got to get you to the workshop with me. I need you to write down borrow money is not taxable. Then I want you to write down don't spend money, loan money. I'll explain what I'm talking about through this overview. We're going to master Ray's rules. Understand that today. So let's understand, you only have 8 credit cards you're going to play with. That's all you got. Literally, you have 8 great credit cards for you. That's it. But you can't write off the personal credit cards or the interest rate. And I'm going to have to rebuild you anyway to make you a qualified CFO. But a corporation can write off cards, interest rates, depreciation value, as well as more. So as long as it's a legitimate transaction, of course. So the way I designed this in 1986, like I said, I've been doing this for 43 years. 8 credit cards per division, 9 lines of credit, 8 supply cards, 10 vendor cards, 10 marketing cards, 6 lease cards, even gas cards and cash cards. They get to write it all off, and they don't have to pay tax until they make a profit. So let's understand you. You got the ability to listen, to learn, and let's go get it, please. See, I'm an affiliate to 115 creditors. What that means is I get to pop credit for you, corporation, and division simultaneously. And unfortunately, you're misled by a lot of people. You see, some of you do the authorized user garbage. That doesn't work. Some of you buy trade lines. I mean, you're buying somebody else's crap. It's in the way, and you're not getting any more anyway. What I'm going to do is get you a card up to $1 million. All right? You can write it all off. Your choice today is simple. Okay? If you have the intent to defraud or rip off anyone, because I'm going to get you to that $1 million dream, I will testify against you in a court of law. I want to make sure you understand. You hear it from me. I will not let you be a crook on my watch. Now, the bottom line is today, all right, this is pretty simple. I do a daily report. I got a call, all right, this morning. They called in and said, and they thought we're Lexington law. We explained we're not, all right, told them it's against the law to collect monthly fees, all right, because he's been paying $99 a month for 22 months. What a joke. I don't get it. He's literally almost paid $4,000 for crap. It only takes 90 days. And again, the Federal Trade Commission will tell you, the Credit Services Act, they're not allowed to collect money up front. And then the next thing is I got a fax. Every time I get a fax, I try to put it here too. It says, thank you, Ray, for letting me pay $250 a week. Okay? See, my thing for anybody, as long as you make a commitment, I'm going to get you through it. When you don't make a commitment, I think you're just going to stay back and being stuck. Okay, so he says, I'm so thankful for you. Well, let's thank God, Jesus, not me. He gave me the tools to give you. Her credit score is a 742. I got her $34,000 of credit so far. She's been ripped off so many times, it's ridiculous. So the difference is she got stuck with me. If you want, you can do the same thing. See, this is Daryl. Daryl's a nice guy. But he's got 9 credit cards worth about $30,000. They're all personal cards. He can't write off anything. He said, Ray, could you get me a big card today? And, corporate card. If you notice, there's Chase Inc. It's for $61,000. That's what I got him. I got him an American Express, gold and platinum. These are the ones you can push up to $1 million. All right, unlimited and everything else, having fun. I got him even a line of credit. You see, these are the things that I can get you if you allow me to do it for you. So our goal is this, okay? I'm the guy that wrote and created and invented 99 ways of cards, getting 113 ways to daisy chain one card into 99 more. So again, you have the ability to listen, learn, and I'll gain, and I'll get you your dream. I'll guarantee it. But if we're going to do this, it has to be corporate cards. It's the only thing we can write off. It has to be the corporation anyway. See, your personal life, you don't need a lot of credit or money to maintain it because your corporation is going to be rich and filthy rich while you barely get a paycheck. Let's remember something. It's called Ray's rules. God gave them to me to give them to you. And all you got to do is follow through. Now let's look at what just happened right now. You have 3 divisions float in front of you. I want you to create your first blueprint. Listen carefully. I want you to create a blueprint right now. Write it down. Everything you see on this screen right now, I need you to write it down. So the thing is, here's a corporation. Here's the line of defense. A corporation should always maintain the divisions. So let's understand something. The United States of America Incorporated, they maintain their divisions called states. They're corporations too. The states manage their subdivisions called cities, and the cities are corporations as well. So what you're going to learn to do is exactly what you should have learned a long time ago. So here's what we're going to do. Corporation gets a tax ID. Divisions will get a tax ID. We will create the line of defense. When something goes wrong, you got to use the 3-step. You ready to write down the 3-step with me? You're going to disconnect, isolate. You're going to incorporate that piece. Now, you're going to fight to save it as much as you can. If you can't save it, I'm sorry to say, what we're going to do is we're going to bankrupt that piece. But there's one thing we will never do, is bring the pain home. There's no reason to ever bring the pain home. I call that silly and dumb. We got the ability to do this. So now I want you to write down cash and money. 84 ways to play, up to 84. I'm only going to teach you 5 or 6 anyway. That's all you're going to need. Real estate, we got 2 choices again. Fix it up, call it a flippity-dippity-do, or invest into millions. Franchise, again, it's got to be a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, or Wendy's, as long as they got the beef, because they stay open through COVID-19. It is called cash flow free per time. All right, I'll help you and I'll hold your hand. By the way, you're stuck with me. That's why I'm going to give you rules and tools today and get you to the workshop. Now, here's your house that you got for you. Don't take offense if I say I think you did it wrong, please. All right? Because I want you to do it under Ray's rules. That's what I want you to do. So let's understand something. Escrow works for you, but you allow them to tell you what to do. What you should have said is escrow closed, escrow homestead, escrow record in a trust. Here's our problem. Okay? The world's changing. We all see COVID-19, everything else in your life. You worked your tail off for what you got, and you still want to go get more. That's good. Okay? That's the dream. But if you don't put your life or your assets or house in a trust, all right, someone's going to sue you, screw you. They're going to take it away. You have the ability, all right, to literally Google the word trust, and you can download the forms for free. And again, notarize it, go spend a couple bucks, and have it filed right away. But if you don't listen to me, I can't help you there. All right, all I know is the world has these nasty attorneys on TV, and we could all die today. Now, here's the house we're going to fix up. Again, I'm going to call it a fixer, what's called a flippity-dippity-do. You're going to hire a contractor because you got the prize. The contractor is going to hire the subcontractor that's down outside Home Depot. They're good workers, but here's the problem. Okay, you didn't plan on the problems. So when they cut every corner, slip, fall, and sue you and screw you out of everything you got because you didn't listen to me. Don't make a mistake ever again. Write it down. These 2 things I want you to do every time. I want you to quickly deed any property, anything you do, to a division. Divisions cost about $26. That's it. $26. So let's understand something. Then I want you to do an assignment of equity. Write it down, please. So if they slip, fall, sue, they can't screw you at all. At the end of the day, they get diddly squat. Why not? You've got to realize something. You know, I had a lady the other day, she says, "You're the real deal. You're not full of shit." "No, ma'am, I'm just trying to help people." And she said, "Thank you for helping me." I said, "Just thank Jesus. He gave me the ability to help you if you listen. The main thing is I got to see if these are turned on because you got to listen. You got the ability to go get the $1 million dream and build it up, but it'll be up to you. See, we got to fix up that property today. California's about 83,000 plus. But every day I talk to one person that screws this up. They try to play peekaboo with the IRS. You see, and they always tell me the same thing. I didn't want to pay tax, right? You know what? Corporations don't pay tax until they make a profit. So now I got to tell that person, maybe a couple of you, go to irs.gov, see if they'll put you in a forgiveness program, download a form called 656, a 433 A and B. What I need you to do is remember, you can't get your COVID-19 check because you've been playing silly games. The only way you can win the game is play by the rules. And if I give you the rules and the tools and I hand you the fish, teach you how to fish, can you play it right, please? Understand something? Get your butt back in the system, please. So understand, that's what the workshops are for. So here we go. We still got to fix up that property today. All right, when I was a little boy, they used to call me OPM. It wasn't very nice, but again, I'm the original OPM anyway. Write down 4 more divisions, please. I'd like you to have one for carpet, appliances, fixtures, and wood. I want to hold your hand and teach you exactly how to go back to the manufacturer and save up to 70%. Then I want to teach you how to get it up to 60 days plus. We don't have to pay for a bill. See, we're going to use that money to fix up the property. Why would we use our money? There's no reason to do that at all. When the property is sold in escrow, it pays off all the bills. Now, here's a problem that I have. Don't be offended when I tell you, when you take that $200,000, some of you, and you act like you're rich, all right, and then you piss it away and you're broke again. Because most of you do that all the time. You see, you've had $10,000 to $100,000 in the past, and some of you pissed it away, and now you're broke today. I want to teach you some things. Raise rules. I want you to write down leveraging money. Please write down borrowed money's not taxable. Write it down, please. So when we go to play this game and use the line of defense, you can actually win. And that's what I want you to do. Now, one of the things I want you to learn from me right now is the one thing about leveraging of money. When you make a bank verify itself, they have to say yes. Banks get to borrow up to 10 times the feds and loan back up to 5. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to teach you some basics about turning money into more money and have some fun. So let's say that at the workshop, I teach you how to put that money in a CD, step by step. We get a line of credit. We put some money in the bank as well. And we create 3 reference points. Listen to what I'm telling you. All right? We create 3 reference points. It creates $600,000 of reference. You have 9 lines of credit up to $150,000 that does not need a tax return. All you got to do is listen. Learn. They can loan up to 5 times back. That's $3 million. What we'd want to do is take $2 million of that and go buy a McDonald's today because borrowed money is not taxable. All right? And that's what we got to do to play the game. Would you like a Big Mac, fries, and a chocolate shake? Let me know. Now, I know 1 or 2 you're going to go, I don't have $200,000. Okay. Here's the thing. All I want you to do is start playing. Make a commitment to yourself. If you take $1,000 to $25,000 and I teach you how to play this game, we can still reference it by 3. That can create literally 15,000. So 1,000 becomes 15, 50, 100,000 to $1 million. If we took the 25,000, that's 375. See, if you start somewhere, don't you get this? That's all you got to do. Anybody can become millionaire to billionaire. All they got to do is know the rules and the tools. But again, that's what I'm trying to give you. Building up your future. If you allow me to, I'll change your life. You see, I have a problem because I got to steal or had to steal and beg off the pier as a kid. So I don't like to turn loose money. I wanted the Rolex as well. Why not? Everybody else has one. You know, you're worth millions and billions of dollars, but you don't want to spend money. You know, it takes a crowbar to spend money for me. So I opened a division for jewelry. Okay, they wanted $89,000 for the watch. Wholesale price it was $39,000. They overnighted the watch to me. I don't have to pay for it for 30 days. All right, I put a loan on that watch they sent me. I paid the invoice when it came in, and then I had money left over I put in the bank. You see, what I did is I maintained the loan and made sure it paid the payments, and at the end of the day, I got the watch for free. You might want to listen to me. We can have some fun if you'd like. Remember, we got to turn this into a game to win. Now, beating your own doubt, that's in here. Every one of you, you're no different than anybody who owns a McDonald's today. They got it. You got to realize you can have one too. All right? You can't hold yourself back anymore. You met me. See, one of my favorite cars is a Lamborghini. One of my first cars was a Lamborghini. So again, what company car you'd like, let me know. We got the ability, and there's one thing about me, I'll never show anything I didn't get myself. So when I show a couple percentages, 10% or whatever, of some goodies or mansions, all right, race boats, yachts, helicopters, kind of fun stuff, it's kind of like getting you out of go. All right, you got to get past go. Kind of right now, most of you stock. You need the rules and the tools. I don't want you to stock the shelf. My clients own the store, by the way. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to step up to the plate. I want you to realize, I used to call this one God's gift. Why? Because I parked my yachts and the race boats in the backyard. Where do you park yours? See, here's the thing. I was the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles for 32 years. All right, so I'm verifiable and I don't have BS. If you really want it, all you got to do is play with me. I like the helicopters, the Lamborghinis, and the buildings too. But again, what company car do you want? Now, here's what I need you to do for me. Write down 2 more rules. You ready to write it down? See, every time you use a debit card or write a check, you pull out your driver's license. And that's kind of like, and don't be offended because I'm pretty direct when it comes to this. They turn around and you pull out the driver's license and it's like, here's where I live. Come rob my house tonight when I'm not home. All right, don't rob it when I'm there, okay? Knock on the door first. Come sue me, screw me, take it away. I'm sorry, but having your driver's license with your home address on it is called stupid. Okay, you're not stupid. No one taught you the rules and the tools, and then you're going to get someone you know go blah, blah, blah. Excuse me. Ever since the Schaefer bill, okay, literally, all right, because she was murdered because the DMV sold her address. I knew Schaefer. I knew Robin. I met him at the laugh stop when I was younger. So this really pissed me off. So I want you to protect yourself, okay? This is called the Driver's Privacy Protection Act. So you can do what I tell you can do. I will not tell you to do something unless it's factually verifiable. So you have the ability to protect your privacy. Now, I don't know why you don't listen to me, but some of you don't. The last time you bought a car, you had some guy with an ugly shirt and an ugly tie sweat you for 2.5 hours. You lost up to $5,000. You have up to 9 inquiries, and it's like, what are you doing? If you're not going to listen to me, at least add 2 things that you do. When they hand you that piece of paper and say, hey, we need to run your credit, we need your permission, at least when you sign it next to that, can you please put, this allows 1 inquiry only and take a picture? Please? You see, I want to protect you. Okay? So the bottom line is going to be up to you. So let's understand something today. I want to get you the car at fleet price. I want to make sure you don't bring the pain home and it's under a tax ID. But that's all I want to do for you. All right? What car do you want? Let me know. Now, here's a problem today. Let's say you're at the grocery store, you're at the bank, and you bump somebody's car. I call it a little bumpity bump. Now, they're going to act like they got whiplash. Because what's going to happen is you're going to be asked for your driver's license, your insurance, and your registration. They're going to say, please. But you know what you got to realize is pretty simple. Don't use your home address. The insurance should have been paid through the corporation. The registered owner, sorry, all right, you're the duck right now because you didn't listen to me yet. I want to make sure the division's the duck in the future. They're going to call one of these nasty attorneys on TV. They're going to sue you and screw you out of everything you got. Can you please write down and raise rules? We're going to talk about pink slips, registrations, and everything else. I'm going to literally repackage your whole life. I want you to do it my way. The registered owner from now on will be a division of a corporation. You will set up the line of defense. The lien holder will be the corporation. At the end of the day, they can't sue you, and at the end of the day, they get diddly squat. Why not? Again, you did not plan for the problems. That's why you had things get in your way. It screwed you up sometimes. So I got a specialty division class this weekend. This is basically a high class. What can I tell you? This is for the people that want to get divisions of divisions and really be high rollers in a lot of ways. In every division, let's understand something. Let's say you, husband, wife, man or woman, whatever you are, you wanted a bunch of kids. Every division is like a kid because every division can get a tax ID versus an SSN. So if you're looking for multiple divisions, you want to really go after millions of dollars, this is the class for you. But if you just want, $100,000 a year, then you don't need it. But to me, you should be doing a lot more. Set up the line of defense. So this is basically this Saturday at 2:30. I have 9 classes this Saturday having fun with people. I like the line of defense in case something goes wrong. So again, that might be for you. So what did I do in July 3rd, 2009? I took the corporate yacht from my backyard, my backyard, and I went and filled it up. Said, fill it up. I used the corporate credit card. The interest rate, it was $1,600. I get to write it off, including the yacht. So my wife wanted to take people to watch the fireworks on July 4th. We did that. July 5th, there's me in a coma. All I say is that sucks. If I knew I could wear a mask, not just in the hospital in the coma, believe me, I would wear a bubble around my head. But again, what did I do? I came out of the coma. For 5 weeks, I walked around with an oxygen tank. They literally delivered him to the house. It was embarrassing. I felt like I'm 150 years old. But I knew my family needed to eat. They count on me. I put my credit score back to an 820. I billed $1 million of credit again. I don't stay down because God gave me the rules and the tools. And He wants me to give them to you. He's using me to help you if you'll pay attention today, but that's going to be up to you. In the coma, all right, I made a promise to help people the rest of my life. I am praying for 50 more years. All right, you see, one of the things about me, I named my son and my daughter after me. So the Reynolds University, my legacy will live on after I'm dead. That's important to me. So rebuilding your credit rebuild, rapid credit scores, credit lines, corporations, books, CDs, and classes, you're stuck with me. Don't ever forget, you've got to maintain 25 to 29% on a given card. You jack it up, you drop your score. That's on you. Now, one of the things I want you to understand, I Googled the word corporate setup today. All right, it was $2,600. I just keep, are you people crazy? $2,600. Some of you have a corporation today. You probably spent $2,000 or $3,000. I know LegalZoom's $1,875 today for a piece of paper. Well, what I'd like to do is give the articles, the officer's list, the tax ID. I want to customize it for you. I'm going to charge you $9.99. Then I'd like to put you in my workshops for 90 days. So if I hand you the fish in 90 days, I want you to master the rules and the tools so you can do this on your own. Then I want to put you in level 1 to master the divisions so you can do this on your own. I don't want to do it for you. I got to teach you how to fish. That's my promise. So the workshops for 3 months is $999. Now here's what I want you to think about. Remember what I said earlier? Whatever you do to invest in yourself, I'm going to give you a double, if not more, cash credit back to you. That's $19.98. But me, I'm not on commission. I haven't had a paycheck for decades. The salespeople are on commission. I give it away for $17.99. Write it down. Now, that means you're going to learn the line of defense, how to set up the divisions correctly through me since I wrote all the rules and tools and created it in the first place, you get it from the horse's mouth versus the horse's you-know-what. Now, understand, that's the line of defense. I'm going to hand you $5,400 of cash credit. That's what I want to do. So what happens is pretty simple. It's 3 times your investment back to you. Okay? And there's no hesitation. I'm going to give you the rapid refresh, the credit rebuilding as well. And here's one of the things I want you to know today. I've never offered this. I'm offering it today, only today, because it is 8/20/20. Now let's understand, this is August 8, even number, 20/20/20. Did you realize that today? Now understand something. In math, there is 2 perfect numbers. All right? Bottom line is the basic, because they basically use perfect. It is 8 and 0, by the way. So because it is August, all right, 20th, 2020, today, you're going to get, when you do that program I just showed you, you're literally going to get, all right, the 18 books, 18 CDs, all right, literally for free. It's a one-time opportunity. If you don't do it, that's okay. It's all up to you. There's the Zelle, there's the wire, there's the deposit. Take a picture again. So the ultimate thing today is, like I talk about bonuses and everything else and pricing. All the things that I offer through webinar are only good for 30 minutes after I'm done. Okay, you got 877-519-7509. I have a sales team. They make a commission after 30 minutes after I've done a presentation. So today is your day to make a commitment for your future. RaiseCredit.com, the voice of credit. You're stuck with me. Again, they said it could not turn, it could not it could not sink, it could not turn. The bottom line is, all right, experts, we got some problems with that. Colonel Sanders didn't get his first $1 million check till he was 71. Thomas Edison didn't give up, some of you did. From there, Bannister was told, don't run the 4-minute mile, sir. You don't exercise the right way, you're going to die. He told the world to go to hell, he did it his way anyway. And 1,400 people follow along. All I can tell you is this. I've accomplished every goal I've ever set by the time I was 26. If you can touch it, you can kick it, and white men do jump, by the way. I hold the world record today. So let's understand something. No one like me on the whole planet out there today doesn't exist. Thank God he only made one of me, huh? So if you allow me to, all right, I'll rebuild your life. But you have to realize your biggest problem is your lack of commitment. Make a commitment, and I'll hold your hand, and let's get you to the $1 million dream. See, for me, I look at it this way. Reach in the dream, think and be the impossible. I've done it all my life. You can do the same thing. Now, if you want a $1 million paycheck, you can raise your hand. I'm sorry to say, I call that silly. You only keep $375. From there, the bottom line is, if you want $1 million in a corporation, I'm going to call you brilliant. You see, you get to keep all the money to pay the bills first. Then you pay tax on the leftover. That's what you got to understand. Richard's a great guy. He won Survivor the first show. All right, he got his $1 million check. He almost died twice on the show. They told him, you get to keep $375. The rest goes to the IRS. He didn't listen to me. He pissed it all away. And one of those abusive, literally, judges put him in prison for 3.5 years. They should have gave him probation. But again, see, motivation to me is never enough. You need the rules and the tools. So I won't show anything I didn't obtain myself. All right, from the yachts, the race boats, building and having world records, helicopters, and all kinds of goodies. Ray's Rules is legit. See, at the end of the day, you have a story to tell. And the only thing I want to do for you is get you an 820 credit score, up to $100,000 of personal credit for safety, get you a corporation with divisions up to $1 million. I want you to stop being stuck, to be honest with you. But again, that'll be up to you. You see, what we get to do is remember, you keep going, what's next? By the way, I'm your next. It's called Ray's Rules. Millions to billions. It's very simple. See it, believe it, go get it. That's all you got to do. Once I said in the beginning today, I want to repackage your whole life. I want to do it my way. I want to clone me into you. You got the ability. And again, you're watching me on Google, Facebook, YouTube. That's great. You're still missing the PowerPoint in front of me. You might think about going to raisewebinar.com. It's all up to you. So let's understand something. And remind you, when I was 7.5, when I heard corporation's a legal person, I heard my way out if I could figure it out. But book after book after book, it did not exist then, doesn't exist now, unless you get the blueprint I designed. It's pretty simple. So you got the ability, all right, be saying reading directions. I wanted directions. I wanted step by step, one to go. I wanted to put my life together. I wanted to use an instruction manual. That's what I wanted. It didn't exist then, but it exists now. See, like I said, I wrote that first one there 43 years ago. Winning the game of business. It's kind of fun. Had to turn it into a game because I could win every time. So today, all right, you have the ability, if you want, the 12 books and CDs, the real estate system, the financial series too. All right, they're trying to get you from the salespeople for $3,000. That's okay, it's what it's worth. I used to sell for $20,000 plus. Today, if you want to get it through me, all right, within 30 minutes after the webinar, it's $999 today. There's the Zelle, there's the wire, there's the deposit. It's all you got to do. So if you give me 90 days, I'll get you to your $1 million dream, and I'll guarantee it. That's all I'm going to ask you for. So remember, like I said earlier today, raise the corporate setup, $1,799. $5,400 of cash credit back to you. 3 times your investment back to you as well. Rapid rescore, credit rebuild. You're stuck with me. And today, if you did it within the 30 minutes, as I say, you're going to get literally the 18 books and CDs absolutely for free. If you don't do that, it's not on me, it's on you. So there you go, the Zelle, the wire, deposit. All you got to do is listen to me. You see, the 14th Amendment of the Constitution turned corporations into people, we the people. I love the United States of America Incorporated. I just learned the rules and the tools by the time I was 9.5. Ever since Nixon took the gold standard out, they print money 24/7. Remember, the USA Incorporated, they manage 50 states. They're all corporations too. That's their subdivisions. And then the states manage their divisions. Well, I'm sorry, they're called cities. They even get so smart they created a little bankruptcy called Chapter 9. It is public record. So you can learn the tools and the rules as well. It'll be up to you. See, Ray's rules are pretty simple. Don't ever have joint credit. When you buy a house, escrow close, escrow homestead, escrow record in a trust. Remember, never name a corporation after you. That's dumb. Never name what it does. That is double dum-dum. And never have and always have up to $1 million of credit. When I was a kid and they kept saying don't put all your eggs in one basket, I found out they didn't know what they're talking about. Corporation's going to maintain the divisions for real estate, new franchise, current business. Through me, you're going to learn the system I designed in the last 43 years and make sure you have the line of defense every time. So the ability to listen and learn. Don't forget about the specialty class. If you want to do divisions of divisions, it's this Saturday at 2:30 in the afternoon. You can call the office as well. All right? But again, not everybody wants divisions of divisions. I don't know why, but some people say I don't need that. But it's up to you. So today, like I said in the beginning, plan on the problems. Plan on something always going wrong, because it will. Safety, credit, the line of defense. You have the ability to see it, believe it, go get it, and you're stuck with me. If all you want is a credit personal scored up to 820, it's $499 today for the next 30 minutes. From there, it's normally $998. I'll hand you a $1,000 credit card, twice as much you invest. We'll make sure you get one of these cards as well. You can be next. And basically, the program will be expedited in 90 days or less. You got 877-519-7509. There's the Zelle, there's the wire, there's the deposit. It's all up to you. As we do this, keep in mind, special bonus classes and prices, they're only good 30 minutes after my webinar is over. 877-519-7509. Because what happens is I have a sales team, and they make commission after that. So you can make a commitment to build your future. You got raisecredit.com, the voice of credit. You're stuck with me. You got the ability to change your life today if you choose to. I even created a program called Millionaires in the Making. I call it Step 1. This allows you to get credit rebuilding, rapid rescore, corporate articles, tax ID, officers list, 90 days of workshops for level 1, divisions, all the pieces, so I can hand you the fish, teach you how to fish. I analyze you twice as well. Normally, I would sell this to you for $3,995, and that's what sales is going to sell it for. But me, I'm going to give it to $2,999 today. I'm going to hand you $25,000 of cash credit, 8 times you invest in yourself back in your pocket, and take away all your excuses. I'll even give you, literally, if you do this today within that 30 minutes, you're going to get the 18 books and CDs, the Millionaires Founders Kit, absolutely for free. If you miss that, you've missed opportunity before, maybe today you won't. It'll be up to you. There's a Zelle, the wire, or deposit. All you got to do is remember the American dream. Receiving money every day and every month, pay all your bills, drive the company car, go on a business trip, help other people, free up your time. Make sure you set up the line of defense. You have to. And master Ray's rules. Millionaires in the Making today was offered for $2,999. $25,000 of cash credit back to you. 8 times your investment. It is good for 30 minutes after I'm done. From there, you get the Millionaires Founders Kit, 18 books and 18 CDs, absolutely free today because it is August 20th, 2020. All right, that is a perfect day for you to gain all these things you'd like to gain. There's a Zelle, the wire, or deposit today. I personally hold your hand at every workshop. You're stuck with me. I do not pass the buck. From there, I want to repackage your whole life. All right, from the house to the car to the bank account. When I do the status updates on Saturday again, I don't call out your name, just your case number. And I'm going to make sure you basically understand I do 98% for you. You might have to do 1 or 2 things. That's all you got to do. So your ability today is to change your life. Stay safe. Stay strong. Today we find ourselves sitting, waiting for what's next to come. Let us always remember life is a gift from our Father in heaven. God has given us the opportunity to believe and receive. Let us make the best of the day and give thanks in every way. Thank you, Jesus, for one more day. Amen to that. Remember, I started Reynolds University years ago. Before the coma, I had 22,000 square feet in Irvine, locations everywhere, making up to $1 million a day. But my life changed too, in a coma. Ray's rules. You have a phone number you can call and change your life right now. It is 877-519-7509. We build relationships and dreams. It is definitely a profit company. We go for the money first. So don't you forget today, all the things I offer, pricing and special bonuses, are good for 30 minutes. After that, sales goes back to the normal price and bonuses go away. You have raisecredit.com, the voice of credit. Every one of you can call 877-519-7509. And at the end of the day, don't ever forget, God loves us all.